Today, I'm flying the 747-400. Need I say more? Okay, I'll say a little. It's Asiana's last 747, and they've got it flying to Osaka at precisely the moment I find myself needing a flight out of there. And I managed to score a seat in the old first class section in the nose, seat 3A. So join me, and let's celebrate the Queen of the Skies while we still can. We start off on the Osaka Metro. It's a bit convoluted to get from here to the Nankai Airport Express train, and there are different types of express trains too, but once you figure it out, it's all very efficient and pleasant. In case you didn't know, Kansai International is built on a massive man-made island out in Osaka Bay, and you have to cross this long bridge to get to it. The airport's in need of a bit of a refresh. It looks and feels a bit old and a little neglected, but it's actually not that bad. Good news, if you need one more takoyaki fix before you leave Japan, you can get them at stands at Kansai Airport too. Okay, let's head to the gate. Oh my, there she is. This iconic shape. Will anything in the future ever match this beauty? 747 is right out there. I spotted her now. I saw the tail first. Unmistakable tail as well. But then of course, the whole thing, the nose, those four engines. Classic beauty. It feels a bit like spotting a leopard when you're on safari. You kind of can't expect to, but when you do, it's very special. Extra special, of course, when you're about to get on it. And I've got seat 3A up in the nose section. It was kind of a tough decision whether or not to do upper deck where you can kind of see the wing and engines better. Up in the nose, you can't see much of anything, but it's such a special experience being in the nose. And of course, these are the first class seats which they sell as business, so it's just an hour and a half flight, but you know, I'm a sucker for the nicest seat possible. And getting a chance to try those out on this just seemed like the right idea. So exciting. Looks like it's delayed, as it always is, from what I can see. Every day, at least for the past 10 days, it's departed about a half hour late. This is the only thing this aircraft does every day. A little turn to Osaka and back to Incheon. But anyway, I'm just hoping we get out before it gets fully dark. Hopefully we end up sort of chasing a fading sunset. That's my hope. And with any luck, they'll be boarding soon. You can already hear that 747 APU sound. It's so distinctive. It just brings me back to my childhood. That sound, it's amazing. And here we are, seat 3A. It may be a bit of a waste to have all this space on a flight that's barely over an hour, but I'm going to make the most of it. This just looks so 90s, doesn't it? I love it. All right, let's get going.
Our flight time will be 1 hour and 30 minutes. 좌석 벨트는 양쪽 꼬리를 끼워 몸에 맞게 조이시고 풀 때는 뚜껑을 들어 당겨주십시오. 또한 뒤쪽 좌석 벨트 착용 시해야 합니다. To fasten the seatbelt, insert the metal clip into the buckle and pull the loose end to tighten. 이 착륙전에는 좌석 Swim permitted.
Did you know that as we head toward the end of 2023, there are just 24 passenger 747-400s left in service? There were 694 of these built in total. Asiana has just this one left. Air China also operates just one, and Mahan Air of Iran also has one. A number of the remaining 400s are flying with Lufthansa. For how much longer, we don't know for sure. Now watch as I struggle with this window glare. Can we please launch a global campaign for all airlines to darken the cabins during evening departures, please? And we get just enough post-sunset light for some views after takeoff. Next time I am gonna have to do a day flight though. Still, having so many windows to yourself, there's something magical about that, whatever's happening outside. Come on, no matter where you sit in the plane, but especially up here, so cool. And we've caught some of the sunset. We're chasing the sunset as I'd hoped. I wasn't sure under the clouds whether it would be like this, but yeah, we've got some light in the sky. Shame they put the cabin lights so bright for takeoff, because I had a lot of glare to deal with, but what can you do? Service is excellent, no surprise there. Flight attendants, though seemingly a little puzzled by how excited I am by this airplane, are attentive and friendly. That's one reason I managed to put away 3 gin and tonics on this flight. I wouldn't advise doing the same on a flight this short, but then again, I had a good time. And they serve a full meal, which is quite good, especially because it comes with gochujang sauce. The seat is very comfortable for lounging in. I watch a stand-up special on Netflix for a few minutes after the meal, and I'm very happy with this setup. I don't test out the lay flat feature because I would have looked a little crazy, but also because it's not as if many of you are going to be considering booking this product, so this doesn't really need to be a true review, does it? I happen to like these old school lavs with the metallic sink areas. What do you think? The lights started flickering, these later on just quit, and the cabin wall is starting to come apart, but hey, give her a break, she's an old lady. Here we go, that section of lights is just off now. Actually, I prefer it. And it's time to descend into a cloudy South Korea.
Please fasten your seatbelt.
Okay, so time for a quick GabeScore rundown. For ground experience, I give this airport 17 out of 20. It's nothing special, but everything works well, and the ANA lounge is small, but has good food and plenty of seating. For service quality, I give this flight 18 out of 20. Flight attendants were on hand for whatever I needed, and were happy to serve multiple rounds of drinks even on a short flight like this. Seat comfort also gets 18 out of 20. It's hard to beat a first-class seat like this. This is a little bit of a previous generation model, and so it's not as private and there aren't as many bells and whistles, but it's perfectly comfortable and I'd happily fly a long haul on this as well. Food and drink also gets an 18 out of 20 when you consider how short the flight is. I've had much more opulent and amazing meals on planes, but for a flight that's barely over 70 minutes, this is pretty great. And for the aircraft, of course, I give a 20 out of 20. The 747 is a magnificent, historically important, beautiful aircraft, and I'm so thankful that I've had the chance to fly on these so many times over the years, and that there's still a chance to fly on them here and there now as well. I'd say that's a pretty good overall score. Well done, Asiana. All too soon, we're on the ground at Incheon. How many more times will I get to fly in the nose of an airplane? I hope at least a few.
서울 인천 국제공항에 도착했습니다. 5벨트 표시등이 꺼질 때까지 벨트를 지속 착용하시고 비행기가 멈춘 후 선반을 여실 때는 물건이 떨어지지 않게 주의해 주십시오. 수동을 내리실 때는 안전을
Alright, what an awesome flight, even though it was a bit dark. Old style Asia flying, big 747 between Asian cities, hour-and-a-half flight, that's the way to go. Brings me back. Hopefully we can keep doing this for a while longer on the old 747. The other airplane fan. Okay, have a good night. If you enjoyed this video, I would so appreciate you giving it a like and leave a comment too if you can. It helps it to reach more people. I really appreciate it. One last look at the Queen before I head onward to catch the next generation jumbo, the A380 that's taking me to Dubai after this. Let me know in the comments whether you've flown on the 747 lately, and is there another one you think I should fly next? Thanks for coming along. In Seoul, I'm Gabe Lee.